So I recently ripped up a good amount of track towards the back of the layout. It's unreachable, I don't want to maintain it, and I want more buildings. So it was a good idea. So now I have to find some buildings I can put there, or build some. And I have some in mind when I had drawn out what could fit there. It's kind of a triangular angled street back here, which I'll show you in a second. I have the right buildings, I think, that would work for it. But the problem is they're built into an existing diorama, and I would have to chop up the diorama a bit and also risk destroying it if it doesn't work out well. And the only way to find out is to actually do it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll the dice and see if I can remove buildings from this diorama carefully and see if they'll fit there. So we're going to have to make it work one way or another. But let me just show you back here what I'm talking about. So back here, where the track was ripped up, I've kind of just roughly been sketching out what could fit, and I'm going to make a road go from here to here, etc., and then kind of a little triangular shaped corner building there, and it kind of dips behind, and we'll put either a photo backdrop or some play around with a mirror, we're not sure. And then of course a street here with some buildings. So this particular site right here, I think I have what could fit there. So this is the diorama from 2021, our limited run kit, the Flatiron District. And this, from here to here, with this triangular lot shape, would fit perfectly, I think. Maybe. So I'd have to remove this from this diorama, including the street, or maybe I reuse the street. But I'm going to end it here, so I have to sever this here, either cut the diorama completely in half here, and or lift this up, keep the sidewalks, lose the street. Either way, if I do it wrong, I could screw the whole thing up, and then I've wasted a lot of time and a nice diorama. The problem is I can't use these buildings. These look a little too New England for what I'm doing for New York in the 70s. But these guys with the brick storefronts and the brick building here works perfectly for New York. So let's figure out how we're going to do this. All right, so what's the best way to do this? I have no idea. I really don't want to do this, but I really want these buildings. So I just got to get over that and commit to the idea that I'm going to wreck this a bit. I've got a bunch of tools here that could help. And where do we start? If I save the street, I have to chop the whole diorama here, and then on the bandsaw, slice the foam that the street is on, so I have at least 1/4 inch, and that'll be the height of the street I work with over there on the layout. I think I want to try that first. I don't think it'll work to save the street, but I'm going to try because this is all joint compound, and I think it might crack the more I work it. But there's so many details that are spilling out onto the street. There's a sewer grating here. I don't want to. It would be nice to keep these things, but the real trick is having the nerve to do it. Oh. All right. Just do it. It's just wood and paint and glue. You know, let's try from the back first. If I chicken out, at least I've only ruined the back of the model. So this is a straight shot, so it shouldn't be too difficult unless I used a lot of glue, which I probably did. So I need to see if this fits through the bandsaw. I don't think so. The top of that structure is about 12 inches. Let's go see how far we can put the bandsaw up here. Probably not. So we might need to start lobbing this up into smaller pieces until we get it to fit into the bandsaw. But first I want to take this railing off because I might be able to reuse that. Yep. Okay, we can definitely reuse this. What do we do with this little guy? Is he included? Once you start doing this kind of damage to the diorama, you're pretty much committed to going through with it. So I'm going to cut this rail here. All right, that's the goal. That's the cut, more or less. Doesn't quite line up down here, but we'll have to remove a little bit more track. Okay, so even if I could fit from here to the stem of the bandsaw, which it doesn't, I wouldn't clear this anyway. So the bandsaw is not an option at the moment. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to do this with a handsaw. I was hoping to get a nice clean cut with a machine saw, but that's not going to work. It's probably for the best anyway. The vibrations from the bandsaw or another bigger saw might be too much for this. I could try a reciprocating saw, but again, it's a little, it's overkill. So I've got a couple of flush cutting saws here that might work. It's just foam. It's just a matter of, well, just do it. So I've got this over the edge of the table. Hopefully I can just plunge through the foam, and I could save this section. I could use it for photographing rolling stock or something else. It's just, if I can get it intact, that'd be worth it. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's reusable somewhere, right? Now, I know I'm not going to use this piece in the back, so this might go through the bandsaw without a problem. We'll remove the trees first, and then we'll just cut this off at the curb. Okay, so now we're a little closer to what we're after here. And really the only problem is this cut here. So let's see if we can work at this a bit. Is that the plaster pinching the knife or the foam? Maybe this will help. Let's try it. Yikes. So somewhere we are still stuck together here, and I don't know if it's the building or the foam. Did I even cut this? Yikes. Ah, you know what? This sidewalk is a one piece, I think. Well, at this point, I think we just need to use some brute force and hope for the best. The worst thing that happens is some of this gets damaged. These guys will be fine. So let's just... Ah. Oh. I see. So this support piece here is stuck. Look at that. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So for the most part, now I have this standalone diorama here, which is actually not bad if we fix it up. Need some patching here and then put a new wall on the side if I want to do that. Eventually there'll be another building next to this, so I'm not too concerned about this But now we have to decide, do I want to just take the structures and the sidewalk, or do we take this through the bandsaw at about 1/4 inch below the pavement and then preserve as much of this road as possible? I think I want to try that. If I don't have to redo the road, I'd rather not. July 22nd, 2021. That's when that was done. So I'm going to try to cut in about 1/4 inch. I'm going to use that line as a reference. And this is the part where I really could screw it up, because the blade is really open and it could just kind of wander into the diorama. So we're going to have to go slow and carefully and wish us luck. Okay. Not entirely as planned, but the good news is we lost some pavement, but not this curved sidewalk or even the traffic island. So I don't know how that happened, but we got lucky. But that is mostly what we were looking for. Don't know that I'll keep this anyway, so I'm going to chop him off right here. Okay, let's see how this fits. So clearly we have to trim the street and some of the street in the back. So I think I'll trim the back completely off because we don't see it anyway. So as I suspected, this building is hitting, there's a 2x6 sill on the foundation back there that it's hitting. So I'm going to have to notch out the bottom. Might even be able to reuse this, which would be nice. That would finish off the edge there. So that went a lot better than I had thought it would. The structure survived pretty well, given the fact I went through the bandsaw a few times and got sawed and chopped. I do have to do some touch-up, and hopefully by the next update video, that will be glued in place and finished up, and I'll start planning what's going to go around it. But after ripping up the track in the previous video, I can see now it was definitely the right move. The structures look much better back there, and it's only going to get better as I add more buildings. I want to thank our Patreon supporters. If you want to see more content of what's going on in our shop, what kits we're working on, some tips and techniques, we post once a day, sometimes twice a day, and we also have an exclusive video on Patreon that you can't see anywhere else, so we hope to see you there. And check out our kits. We have over 100 HO scale kits at foskits.com that you might be interested in. And thanks for watching.